In my world, Mondays are ruled by the moon and by the crown chakra. So it is all about energy, spirit, the inner world. I tune in before I move. It's about easing into the week. So let's just lean into that frequency, see where it takes us. My name is Gail. I am the energy-led woman, and I am a self-projected projector. And I come on here and I talk about how I am leading my life, energy first, how I'm tuning into the energy, how I'm using the energy, how I'm harnessing the energy, navigating the energy within me and around me, and seeing where it takes me and allowing it to take me on a journey, help me evolve. Because everything is energy, right? Everything is energy. So I feel like something connected yesterday with the summer solstice. It felt like I always feel like there is like the solstice are these pivot points. You've got the winter solstice and you've got the summer solstice. And you know, you're kind of journeying to one to journey to the other, and journeying to one and to journeying into the other. And that really feels like that is that cycle of the year for me. It's not about going from the 1st of January to the 31st of December for me. It is about where does the winter to summer solstice journey take you? And then where does the summer to the winter journey take you? And there's two very different energies behind those two. So winter to summer is all about growth for me. Recoding, changing, regenerating, resetting. It's all about, you know, we talk a lot in winter about planting seeds, going inwards, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, in effect, that is what it is. The seed is beginning to grow. It's beginning to germinate, you know. It's taking on the nourishment, it's recoding itself from the inside, and then as we get around to spring, it's starting to sprout, it's starting to grow. I've snapped a nail, so just ignore that nail. Oh God, how odd does it look? Anyway, so it's starting to grow, it's starting to sprout, and right now it's kind of like, hey, I'm here. The person that has been changing and shifting and growing and moving and recoding and all that kind of stuff, this is it. This is the fruition of it. And the summer to winter energy is, right, I'm here now. What am I going to do with this? You know, with who I am now, what am I going to not create? Where is this going to lead me to? And then, so you're at the kind of like, so you're going to go over the hump of kind of the high energy and stuff, and you're going to start to come down, you know, as we come back down into the winter, and we're going to prepare, we're going to look back, and we're going to kind of take, you know, evaluate, you know, the growth that happened, and, you know, what happened, you know, through the last few months of summer. And then we're going to come into autumn, we're going to start reevaluating, tidying up, sorting out before we start the cycle again. So one cycle is all about the growth, and then the other part of the cycle is all about the coming back down to the winter solstice, obviously on a slightly different level. So if you kind of see it like a spiral, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it really felt like I had hit that point yesterday. Just the feeling of that summer solstice energy yesterday was this feeling of, oh, I see now. I know what I've been going through. I see that this was who I'm meant to be. And there's been a couple of people who have like popped up in my DMs, or, you know, I've seen and I've met up with or whatever. And these people have helped me to see who I've become. Because you find out who you are sometimes when you're in these conversations, when you're chatting. And, you know, again, as always, it's always this feeling of, you know, leaning into and feeling the feeling that something brings up. And if someone says, but I know you are, and I know you are like this or whatever, and you have this feeling of, no, I'm not, or yes, I am, that point you in the right pathway for remembering and grounding in who you are, right? So today, there was a really strong feeling of, this is it now. I've done all the growth, I've done all the recoding, I've done all the changing. I'm here now, let's do this thing. There was a real energy of that this morning. There was a real energy of that yesterday. Not so much this morning, but there was a real energy of that yesterday. It's like, I'm here. The person that I've been becoming all the way through those last 6 months is here. Summer solstice, it's all clicked together. The jigsaw pieces have just created the picture for me. I can see it now. And so this morning that came with a feeling of oomph and a feeling of what I'm seeing now, which I hadn't seen up until recording this, of wanting to be on it. Wanting to be on it. Do it. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's the first day after the summer solstice. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Let's do all the things that we're meant to do. Let's do it, do it, do it. And so I decided that today was going to be the day that I was going to start taking the gym seriously. It was going to be the day that I was going to start taking my food seriously. It was the day that I was going to organise myself and my time and my day so that I fit everything in that I want to fit in, including this video. This video was meant to have been recorded when I was doing my hair and makeup this morning. But Mondays aren't for that. They're not for that. Mondays are for easing into the week, for feeling into the week, for leaning into what's active. You know, for feeling into, where is this week taking me? What are the journeys I can feel? What are the plot threads that I can feel that are active? And there's a lot of them active at the moment in my world. I have a lot that I want to express. I have a lot that I want to share. I have a lot that I want to express because I know that being this self-projected projector, that unless I speak, it kind of doesn't happen. So I've been sat all day. It is now it's late afternoon. I've been sat all day knowing that I need to record this. And that knowing has been blocking me from really tuning in and focusing on anything else. So this knowing that I know that I need to do this, I know that I need to speak, I know that I need to get this off my chest, I know that I need to lean into this. I find that when something's on the tip of my tongue like this, I'm unable to move forward until I've got it off my chest. So maybe if I'd have got this off my chest at 7 o'clock this morning like I intended to, maybe my whole day would have gone better, because that's what happens to me. By speaking about things, I hear my own truth in my own frequency of my voice. I know which direction I should be going in. It helps me to embody things. It helps me to shift the energy. It helps me to move frequency. It helps me to be in frequency. Speaking is my superpower. And so to get to late tea time without having done this, I realised when I was doing my videos a couple of weeks ago that this needs to be done in the morning. This is morning work. And today has proven that to me. You know, I don't know right now where this week is taking me. I mean, should we know? Yeah, we have a rough idea. We can feel it. I can feel the things that are pulling on my focus, on my energy. And I don't mean like the work stuff. I mean I feel really invited to be working on my body. I feel really invited to be getting healthy. I feel really invited to be getting a structure in my life because I've got so many things that I want to be doing. And right now I can't fit any of them in because I am not fitting that bit in there and that bit in there. There's no, it's just like a, I don't know. Anyway, one of the things that's come through to me, or that I uncovered, or that I've slowly uncovered, I guess, I don't know. I really feel like there was I don't know if I've said this before, but on my 49th birthday, around that time, I was researching what 7-year period I'd gone into. I was looking into that because we have these 7-year cycles, and I was looking into what 7-year cycle am I in right now, and you know, just Chiron return, all this kind of stuff. And the impression it was giving me was 50-year-old woman. It was old lady, it was crone, it was settling into wisdom and life and acceptance, and just, you know, this is it. What I've created is it. That's it. I've kind of done it. I've just got to live a quiet life, and that's it. It was that kind of vibe. And I really rebelled against it. I was like, no, 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 no. This is not what I want. I still want to be out there. I still want to be going after stuff. I still want to be, you know, life isn't created now. There's still stuff to happen. There's still stuff to move. I'm not settling for where I am right now. And I really kind of like felt this real rebellious pull against it. And what's happened over the last 6 months is things have come up in my life, and it's maybe changed my perspective. I've maybe learned, you know, there is a book that I read recently, and I'm not going to give any spoilers, but if you want to know which book it is, you can get in my DMs or comments or whatever. But this woman faces challenges, and as she faces challenges, like a tattoo is revealed on her arm, and like what was invisible before. And it's because she's just gained another power. Because as she's come up against that challenge, she's gained another power getting through it. And that really resonated with me, the idea of that, especially when you bring in like epigenetics as well, because epigenetics in effect are, you know, it's turning your genetics on and off. Anyway, so that's the whole thing. It's probably a whole deep dive that's going to come soon. Not the book, the epigenetics, maybe a little bit of the book. And I feel like I was given these obstacles, these little tangents on my journey, my pathway, if you like, so that I could uncover something else that aligns me more to who I am meant to be in this next period of my life. And right now, the other way, I'm settled. I'm settled in myself. I'm settled in who I am. I'm settled in how I express myself. I'm settled in focusing inwards and focusing on me. I'm settled. I'm not striving for more. I'm not trying to get more. I trust that by being in alignment, things will come to me. So I don't need to strive for them. I don't need to push for them. I don't need to convince. I don't need to try. I don't need to do any of that. I get to just be. And I get to just be me. And don't get me wrong, there are things that I want to shift and move, you know. Like I say, the invitations, as in little plot threads that are just kind of dangling in front of me at the moment. Health, body, self-care, and kind of like, I want to say daily routine, but daily routine is really to incorporate that into it. And even to dig even deeper into the energetics and my expression and my understanding of my own energy-led lifestyle and how that all fits together, and using it more, you know, using it more in my day-to-day life. And these are all threads that are just open around me at the moment. And I'm happy with that, you know? I don't want to be pushing. I don't want to be striving. I'm not a manifester. I'm not a generator. I'm not a manigen. I'm not here to build, create, and initiate. I'm here to sit back. I'm here to see. I'm here to watch. And while I do that, I'm here to focus in on, well, I suppose the projector is about focusing on others, but a lot of my human design tells me that what I experience kind of helps me to understand the world, and my incarnation cross is this: seeing through the illusion. And I guess using myself as my own subject in that, for me, helps me to express. You know, I can self-project because I know what's going on in my G center, you know? So a key thing of Solstice is knowing who you are in that moment, right here, right now, in this moment. Who are you? Because actually nailing that down and understanding that will help you be on that frequency, to give off that frequency. And in giving off that frequency, obviously, that is what changes your life, what moves your life forward, what does things with your life. It's the frequency that goes out there. If you're not standing in the energy of your frequency, if you're not in the vibration of who you are right now, and you're still in the vibration of who you were 6 months ago, then you're going to repeat the 6 months through what your frequency creates, rather than creating from who you are and your frequency you're in right now. Interesting, right? So what do you know already? What do I know already? You know, I always stand strong in this energy. It's always a key part of anything that I do, is knowing who you are in any moment, so that you can ripple an energy from that. And I've written down a question today for myself, which is linked to the human design transits and the Monday thing and da-da-da. And I've written, can you allow the rhythm of your inner world to flow to its own rhythm? You know, without having to fit in, without having to connect into what other people think. And this is a rhythm that I'm trying to build at the moment. And that's, you know, it's linked to my daily life. It's my rhythm of my day. And fitting the pieces that I want to put in my day in the right slots, so that everything works together and everything flows. You know? I have different ways of expressing where when the energy comes through me, I know where it's going, you know? These videos are one piece of that. I have stuff on here, I have stuff on Facebook, I have stuff on TikTok, Instagram, Substack, because each place is where a different energy lands. This is processing. This is leaning into it. This is feeling into it. And today's got away from me. And I'm frustrated about that. I feel bitter about that. I don't feel successful today. And yet, You know, I hit the gym, I had a good breakfast, I did all that stuff, but then it got away from me. And rhythm seems to be coming up as a word right now. I lost my rhythm. I haven't got my rhythm yet. Maybe that's the next piece. You know, we've done the resetting, the recoding. Maybe the next one is re-rhythming, retuning the rhythm. Yeah, that feels like that's the next lesson somehow. Oh yes, there is definitely something active there. So where is this week taking me? What is active? What is pulling me? What do I know already? Can I allow the rhythm of my inner world to flow to its own rhythm without being pulled into everybody else's? Interesting. Well, that's where we start. That's where Monday begins. That's where the week begins. That's where the next 6 months journey of the cycle begins. Let's see where it takes us.